As you step through the creaking doors of the moonlit mansion, the air grows cold. Before you now stands the vampire lord.
So, you have found my lair. It must be now that you all shall die.
Hang on, 1 second. Just 1 sec. I must have queued up the wrong song. Hang on 1 sec. Nope, that's not it. Hang on. Everyone roll initiative. Hello, Lonely Traveler. Welcome. When I began planning our D&D campaign, I set out with a few goals in mind. Things I wanted to achieve that would satisfy the creator and storyteller in me, and create the best experience I could for the players. I set out to focus on what I enjoy most about the game: roleplay and storytelling. And when I think of roleplay, I think of immersion. I picture each of my senses entranced by an experience, engaging me fully. Drawn in by the atmosphere, being in the moment, I can become the character more fully. So to achieve this, the most powerful tool at my table has been music, but not as background music, but as an identity. Each of the 5 player characters in our campaign has their own musical identity. For every character, I chose about 4 songs. As we developed the characters, I scoured the internet for music I felt embodied the style, emotion, and tone of the stories for each character. And the songs each represent something different about who that character is. Maybe their history, their home, their strengths, or even their fears. As a kid, my older cousins would watch WWE. And my parents never let me, so my only interaction was really through them. It wasn't until later in life that I realized the effect that this had on me. I can still remember the feeling, hearing the Undertaker's entrance music, feeling a sense of drama and fear overwhelming me. With even that very little exposure I had had to it, I had been conditioned by that song. I knew, all those years later, that hearing that song meant the arrival of a dark, dominant presence. The Mystic Arts YouTube channel has an amazing video on this concept, using music to condition your players. In a way, what I've tried to do is exactly the same as what entrance music does for pro wrestling. The moment a song starts, you feel you're stepping into the spotlight. One of the 4 songs for each character is always a battle theme. I save it for moments that matter, when a fight becomes personal, or when a character lands a critical blow.
Kind of like red electricity just forms, and there's like a flash of red in his eyes. Until it's just like, char.
Is this your music?
This is fine.
Oh.
When that song hits, the moment is seasoned like a piece of meat. Good on its own, but more flavorful with spices. The music in our campaign isn't just about the characters. Sometimes it's about the world itself. Cities have moods, dungeons have atmosphere, and travel has rhythm. As a group, this unifies us, all hearing the one song, feeling a similar tone, as I begin to describe the world around them and what we do. A song can make a city feel alive, and a low drone can make a room feel dangerous. Music, in a way, becomes a second narrator, one that continues to build a scene without any words. And then there are moments when subtlety isn't the goal. When a Hydra bursts from the ocean, looming over their ship. I didn't want tension, I wanted terror. So I played a theme everyone understood. Stopping the boat in front of you all. 5 heads rise out of the ocean
Don't cut the heads
and
off,
tower
guys.
over you. And you watch as the Hydra. Before I said a word, before initiative was rolled, the table already knew just how serious this was. And that's the power of shared musical memory. You can borrow an emotional connection that was made long before. Music bypasses logic, and it goes straight to feeling. When a theme returns after 10 sessions, it carries everything that came before with it. You don't have to explain it. The song does it for you. As you reach this alley, piercing out of that
warm yellow and orange hue, you start to see this vibrant color of red washing over the alley. A small sign hanging protrudes. Next to the sign, quite clearly marked, you see what seems to be the mark of the Cursed Rose, like a logo bearing next to this title.
Practically speaking, this takes time. I listen to hours of music on Spotify. I listen while I drive, while I cook, while I clean, while I walk. I scour for all sorts of songs, and within them, I try and find moments. I save all my songs to playlists, naming and organizing them for whatever I intend to use them for, whether it's for a character, for a place, or for a scene. Maybe it is even just something that I hold in reserve, waiting for a perfect time to use it. So, with that, each playlist acts like a toolbox, keeping me prepared. And over time, I've ended up with a small library that can support almost any scene that the party throws at me. Behind the DM screen, I run everything through my laptop, and I control most scenes with my Stream Deck Plus. I can fade music in, lower it mid-conversation, let a track breathe, or, with the press of a button, cut it dead. But you don't need anything fancy like this. You can use the buttons on a phone, the keys on a laptop, or whatever you have at your disposal, when used effectively, will help you to achieve your goal. My goal has been simple: maintain the immersion. Music won't fix a bad story, but it can elevate a good one. It gives moments weight, gives characters presence, and sometimes it says the thing that even you don't have words for yet. If you're thinking about using music in your campaign, don't start big. Start with what's personal. Find a song for one character, or even for one moment, and from there, let it grow. Let your ideas take you wherever you think best. Have a play around with it, trial and error. You're not going to get it on the first go, but eventually, it's what could make some of the moments of your story the most memorable and impactful.